Imagine a world so big and so unknown that the people living in it thought the earth was flat. A world where everyone believed the sun revolved around the earth, and where the idea of other lands beyond Europe was not only unimaginable but heretical. This was the world during the Middle Ages, a time of darkness, superstition, and fear. But then, something incredible happened. A group of brave explorers, thinkers, and dreamers began to challenge everything the world knew. This is the story of how the Middle Ages collapsed, leading to the birth of the modern world, and how one man, Ferdinand Magellan, played a crucial role in this transformation. In the year 1453, Constantinople, the great Christian city, fell to the Ottoman Turks. This event was like a shockwave that rippled through Europe. The fall of Constantinople not only marked the end of the Byzantine Empire, but also opened new trade routes to the east, bypassing the traditional routes controlled by the Italian city-states. This shift in trade routes had a profound impact on the European economy, leading to the rise of new powers, particularly England and Germany. As these nations grew wealthier, a new class emerged, the middle and merchant classes. These people, who were not part of the aristocracy or the church, began to question the old ways and demand more say in how the world worked. At the same time, the Renaissance was blooming in Italy. Renaissance humanists, inspired by the rediscovery of ancient Greek and Roman texts, began to challenge the scholasticism of the medieval church. Scholasticism was a philosophical and theological system that sought to reconcile Christian doctrine with classical philosophy. But the humanists saw the value in the wisdom of the ancients, and began to question the church's monopoly on education. This led to a growing divide between reason and faith, with the learned class finding solace in rational thought, while the masses remained deeply pious. The invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg in the mid-15th century was a game-changer. For the first time, books could be produced quickly and cheaply, making knowledge more accessible to the masses. This led to a surge in literacy and the spread of new ideas. People began to read the Bible in vernacular languages, leading to new interpretations and challenges to the authority of the church. The religious revolution, often referred to as the Reformation, was a direct result of these developments. Figures like Martin Luther and John Calvin challenged the practices and doctrines of the Catholic Church, leading to the formation of Protestant churches. The scientific revolution was also underway, with thinkers like Nicolaus Copernicus, Galileo Galilei, and Johannes Kepler challenging the geocentric model of the universe. Copernicus proposed that the Earth and other planets revolved around the Sun, a heliocentric model that contradicted the Church's teachings. This was a dangerous idea, as it challenged the biblical account of creation and the Church's authority. But the evidence was compelling, and the heliocentric model gained support among scientists and thinkers. Meanwhile, the exploration of new lands was expanding the known world. Christopher Columbus's voyage in 1492, sponsored by the Spanish crown, was a pivotal moment. Columbus's discovery of the Americas opened up a whole new world of possibilities. However, it also raised questions about the nature of the Earth and the universe. If the Earth was a sphere, as the ancients had suggested, and if there were vast continents beyond Europe, what did this mean for the Church's teachings? Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese explorer, entered the scene at a time when these questions were at their peak. In 1519, Magellan set sail on a voyage that would circumnavigate the globe for the first time. His journey was not just a feat of navigation. It was a challenge to the very foundations of medieval thought. Magellan's expedition proved that the Earth was indeed a sphere, and that there were vast lands beyond Europe. This was a blow to the Church's authority and the medieval world, which had long held that the Earth was the center of the universe, and that the known world was the extent of God's creation. Magellan's voyage also had profound implications for the political and economic landscape of Europe. The discovery of new lands and the establishment of trade routes to the East Indies led to the rise of maritime powers like Spain and Portugal. These nations became wealthy from the trade in spices, gold, and other goods, leading to the decline of the Italian city-states. The distribution of power in Europe shifted, and new nation-states emerged, challenging the supranational authority of the Roman pontiffs. The exploration of new lands also had a significant impact on the religious landscape. As Europeans encountered new cultures and religions, they began to question the universality of Christianity. The realization that other religions could flourish in distant lands without leading to the moral decay of those societies challenged the Church's claim to be the only true faith. This led to a period of religious tolerance and the recognition of the diversity of human beliefs. The collapse of the medieval world was a gradual process, but it was marked by a series of events that shook the foundations of European society. The fall of Constantinople, the Renaissance, the Reformation, the scientific revolution, and the age of exploration all contributed to this transformation. Magellan's voyage was a critical moment in this process, proving that the Earth was a sphere and that there was a whole world beyond Europe. This realization paved the way for the modern age, a time of scientific discovery, political change, and cultural transformation. In conclusion, the world of the Middle Ages was built on a foundation of superstition, fear, and a rigid adherence to tradition. But the brave explorers and thinkers of the 15th and 16th centuries challenged these beliefs, leading to the birth of the modern world. Ferdinand Magellan's voyage was a pivotal moment in this transformation, proving that the Earth was a sphere and that there were vast lands beyond Europe. This realization not only changed the way people understood the world, but also paved the way for the modern age, a time of endless possibilities and new frontiers.